Hello, everyone. My name is Isaac Nuttall. Before I attended Dev Mountain, I was a student at Brigham Young University in Provo. There, I majored in political science and wrote a number of data papers that required me to compile, present, and analyze datasets, and in some cases, propose future research that could be conducted. I am still deeply passionate about politics and civic issues, which is why I chose to base my capstone project around the intersection between voter turnout rates and economic prosperity. At the beginning of this project, I came up with the hypothesis that increased voter turnout, particularly at the federal level, brings more attention to the needs of marginalized groups. Politicians would thus be inclined to pursue policies that favor their newfound constituencies, boosting economic growth and reducing poverty. I operationally defined helpful policies as an increase in welfare spending, since my hypothesis was that more welfare spending provides critical aid to marginalized groups. After cleansing the data from the 6 CSV files I used for this project, I integrated all of the relevant variables into a single data frame, which I named Voting and Economics DF. I based my statistical analysis and findings on 5 fundamental relationships between the variables: federal turnout and welfare spending, federal turnout and poverty rates, welfare spending and poverty rates, real GDP per capita and poverty rates, and welfare spending and real GDP per capita. I graphed all of these relationships on my website, which you can see right here, and I provided in depth statistical analysis for each one of these relationships. Using regression analysis, paired with ample exploratory data analysis and visualizations, I found little to no relationship between federal voter turnout and changes in either poverty or welfare, as you can see right here. In fact, I found that welfare spending is associated with higher amounts of poverty, with this relationship being statistically significant. Though the relationship was not statistically significant, welfare spending was also found to be negatively associated with changes in real GDP per capita. Ultimately, however, the greatest predictor of changes in poverty rates proved to be real GDP per capita, with this association between the two variables having a correlation coefficient of roughly negative 0.51. This has led me to the conclusion that changes in poverty and individual economic prosperity are far more connected to broader macroeconomic trends than they are to specific government policies. And for future research in this area, I would suggest that researchers first focus on finding an operational definition of what helpful policy is. Researchers should first attempt to find a positive relationship between a specific kind of policy and a reduction in adverse societal outcomes, such as poverty rates, and then research the effects of increased civic participation on the positive policy that they have previously outlined in their research.